Yo, so I have a something I want to express. So yeah, because just a recent experience I had. So yeah, and it's quite. It's not to we all need to get that religious ish out the way. All right, but this has not been the first time where I've encountered people from the Nation of Islam trying to, I've had roommates, I've had other people in my life that were from the Nation of Islam as well, that were raised vegetarian, or they were vegetarian or vegan their whole life, or this and that. And, you know, they throw that out there so much. Like it's, they swear up and down that's what saved them. They swear up and down that's what saved them. You know what I'm saying? But that is still in the world. That is a work. If you understand what I'm saying. Being vegetarian, yes, it helps our being. We do need to eat healthy. We do need to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Yes, it helps us stay high vibrational. Yes. But is it going to save your soul? No, because you can still be a soulless being and be a vegan. You can still be a vegan soulless being. You can still be a vegetarian soulless being. You can still be a being with soul, and you still and you've ate meat on and off in your throughout your life. Why? Because it's the spirit inside of you, the energy inside of you. You don't need to go so hard at something like that to preserve your spirit. Your spirit isn't preserved. Your soul isn't preserved by what you're eating. Not all this, not necessarily. Now it is, eating certain things is gonna affect your flesh. It may cause stuff to be in your stomach, worms and stuff, certain things, depending on what you're eating, of course. Certain things you definitely need to stay away from. That's just period. Pork and shit like that, like that's a no. Certain shit you definitely need to stay away from. But it may cause you to, it may affect you negatively, depending, like I said before, I tried to mention this before about the quality and what you're putting in your body. Your body. The quality of the stuff you put in your body. It's the quality, really. But also not praying over your food as well. Like, you don't know the energy. When people cook food, you can have two plates of the same food. One person has good energy, one person has the Spirit of God in them, and the other person doesn't have the Spirit of God in them. And it's the same dish, same recipe. But this one made you feel bad. The one that didn't have the Spirit of God in them, this one made you feel kind of weird. This one made you feel lower. Lowered your vibration versus this one. But it's the same meal. So how does that add up? How does that add up? Because, and that's another thing. When you go out to eat, you don't know who's cooking your food. That's why it's good to cook your own food. Because when you go out to eat, somebody else is cooking your food. Now you can go out to eat, pray over your food. Make sure that energy, you're setting that, when you pray over your food, you're setting intent over your food. So just, in a sense, pray, but yeah, set intent over your food. However you want to word it, you're setting the intent over the food. Stating if it doesn't harm you. A lot of times I like to say, okay, anything bad in this food come out of my body. anything good for this food that nourishes my mind, body, spirit, and soul, all that stuff can stay in my body. You know, whatever is supposed to nourish my body, the parts of the food that nourishes my body is good for my body. You know, go to the right places and nourish my body. Anything bad come out of my body. That is an intent. You can taste when there's some people don't have that discernment, right? They can eat the food all day. You'll see other people eating a dish and they be like, this is so good. This is so good. You eat it and you're like, what the fuck is this? Right? Because you can taste that the food don't got love in it. You can literally taste food when food doesn't have love in it. So you just have to use discernment on that. And, you know, I eat out sometimes, but I don't eat like, you know, fast food and stuff. It's usually cooked food. Make sure it's real food. And that's why, you know, and usually, you know, I spend a pretty penny on that because I want high quality stuff sometimes. So, yeah. But basically, that's what I'm saying. I was saying about yeah, I've encountered a couple like people from the Nation of Islam or whatever trying to convince me to be vegan or vegetarian or that they this that that. Not to say most of the time I am vegetarian, but sometimes I eat fish or I eat what the fuck I want to eat, and it nourishes my spirit. It brings me back to me. So that's why when I you know stress, don't just be listening to anybody telling you to do this and the third. Like, no. Because sometimes your spirit urges you to eat something specific because it's some in your memory, your DNA that's that nourishes. Like, and when maybe you want to learn how to cook something, some ethnic food, some different types of food. Maybe you want to learn how to cook some ethnic foods. You don't know why, but you may want to learn how to cook, you know, a little different. And that's okay. And that's probably your spirit guiding you there. Like, okay, guiding you to you, literally guiding you to you. Cause I love all kind, like my family don't like, which is, you know, Americans or whatever. Me and my family used to bump heads because they call me white because I liked other stuff, but no, like, you know, I find myself find satisfaction in, you know, Ethiopian food, different types of food, like all over. Like, I love different types of food all over. And it brings me back to me. Like, it's starting to nourish me. You know what I'm saying? It's starting to help me remember. It's starting to help me remember who I am. So maybe you're being led to certain things to remember who you are, who your soul is, who you've always been. And it's gonna be motherfuckers that come and say, they're gonna turn their nose up because they all of their beliefs, because they're in the world. You're beyond that. All right, y'all. This joint gonna cut off. I wish I could make this longer. I should have made it longer on YouTube, but yeah. All right, y'all. Hold on.